Double P here and welcome. So in today's trading session, I attacked NVDA. Obviously, of course, you guys know that. Good trading day today. Very volatile. But let's get into the trade. So what's the first thing we always do is we always draw the box. My charts are all messed up here. Thinkorswim is running really slow for me at the moment. So what's the first thing we always do is we always draw the box. Why do we draw the box? The box is volatility. The box is price action. The box is support and resistance. The box is volume, right? When a stock opens up above the box, slightly above the box, we take a long position. If it's in a strong trend, stock opens up below the box, we take a short position. If it's in a downward trend, because that's just the law of the algorithms and the law of volatility. That's the way it works. The stock opens up way above the box, like a standard deviation or two standard deviations above, and is in a strong but down trend. We're going to wait for it to hit a high right away or very soon, and then we're just going to wait for that confirmation because it's going to crash right down, probably try to touch the box and crash through it and keep trading. So what happens with NVIDIA? Everybody yesterday, NVIDIA had earnings and everybody was losing their SHIT, and everyone's saying NVIDIA is going to go to 500 and this and that, and NVIDIA is going to blow up $800 a share. And right. So what did I do? For those of you that follow me on social media, you knew that today I was going to send the trade out to you yesterday, what I was looking at, but I was so deep in analytics and running Monte Carlo simulations that as soon as I looked up, the market closed. So I couldn't send the trade out to you. And I know a lot of you were waiting for it. So, pre-market this morning, I was just like, all right, let's look and see what NVIDIA is doing, right? So what I always do in pre-market? Well, you see right here, I'm always drawing my box. A wide state, here's my 200, and there's my 20 in pre-market. Narrow state, opens right up, opens to the downside. For those of you that bought calls yesterday, thinking the video was gonna scorch the earth and you're gonna be a multimillionaire, sorry to disappoint you. Volatility crush in pre-market and after hours. NVIDIA hit more than its expected move after hours, which was like about, I don't know, 20, 30 bucks. It went like 40 bucks or whatever it was, gapped up, right? So much, so big. But the volatility crush, if you looked at your analytics from yesterday, and I'm gonna go over it today for you, you looked at the analytics in pre-market and looked at the volatility for NVIDIA in pre-market, you would know that if you took the calls, you would have got wiped out. If you sold calls, you would have got wiped out. If you, if you're trying to sell a premium, you would have got wiped out. Because first of all, the premium was just the market makers, the premium was just so wide between the bid-ask spread that you just get gobbled up and spit out, and you'd have a margin call from either TD or Tastyworks or Interactive Brokers or wherever your trading platform is. So you have to understand something. Wait for your general to make the call. Now again, it's your capital. You trade it the way you see fit. I'm just sending out my trades, what I do. So when the video opens up, what happens? Well, you saw it right here, and the video just took a big, gigantic dump. The algorithms were already set in pre-market to take a dump on NVIDIA. How do I know that? Because I'm looking at the volatility bands, and I mapped out my levels, my algorithmic levels in pre-market, and I just saw it, and I just said, this is going to be a huge dump. Excuse me, this is going to be a huge dump on NVIDIA. So, give me a second here. Just reading a message from a trader here. Very few people have my cell phone. This is one of my 7 favorite traders, so I gotta like attend to them and see what they're doing. So what happens? Excuse me there. So here's the 200. The 200 is heavy throughout the entire trading session, right? Heavy. Here's the 20, heavy all the way through the trading session. How would you have traded this? Let me move this over here. Man, my platform is moving so slow. So what did I do? I just waited, because you see where the box is right down here. I just waited. So after this big gigantic candle, and this is another thing, when the algorithms strike, they strike. When they sell, they're dynamically selling into the selling. Institutions are unloading, hedge funds are unloading, but algorithms are front running everybody. They're already decided with their sell programs and pre-market that they're selling. So this is just dynamic selling into the selling, with hedge funds and institutions following behind the algorithms. The algorithms already, the machines already made up their mind what they're going to do in the video. They're going to pound it, because the technicals and fundamentals just don't make sense on NVIDIA. No one's going to be able to price this properly. So look at this candle range right here. This candle range right here is $12.60. As an option trader, you just got wiped out. If you bought calls, you just got wiped out. $12 and look, I'll show you right up there. $12.66. You just got wiped out, right? The puts, they printed money. Right, so I wait for this. I'm not going to trade that. Like I'm not the smartest tool in the shed, but I know enough that I'm not going to trade that. You know what I mean? Because this thing went down, went up, went down, went up. Like, I would have got wiped out. So I'm just going to wait. I just sit there patiently and waiting, right? I'm waiting. Here's my consolidation. And right on this candle right here, this is a inverted hammer. But you see, the key here is count back. What do I always tell you? Count back three candlesticks. 1, 2, 3. Here's your setup right here. This is a bearish Harami setup. This is an inside bearish Harami setup right there, those 2 candles. This is a big spinning top. No matter about the wicks, it's still a spinning top. Open, open, close, 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 vroom. Right? That's how it works. So when I saw this, I'm looking at this setup there. You guys got the trade 941 coming into 942. Bam. Right? There's your move. Beautiful move. Let's come over here to the option so you can see it. Sorry, I had a little bit of a coughing fit there. So as I was saying, you guys got the trade around 941, 942. There's our big drop right there. That was a huge range of $6.97. Incredible, crazy range, right? Excuse me. And then you get that beautiful, beautiful drop right there. So we'll come over here. Let's look at the option, 940. We're looking at 153 for this one. And then we're looking at the open here, where it's open up at 130. Give me a second. We're gonna cough again. Hold on. Sorry about that. So you get the trade. Where are we looking at here? 129. 129, 130 for the open. And then it just took off. Right? There you go. There's your move right there from 129, 130, all the way up to 206. And then it just rocked from there. Right? It hit a high of 270. Sorry. Hit a high of 281. So what do you think I did? What do you think I did? Well, from this movement here, all the way down here, here's my stop. Right there. That's resistance. After that big power move, that's resistance. I take this candle and I always chop it in half. At the time this was going live, so I take that candle, I chop it right in half. I'm looking at the 20 right down here, looking at the 20, hugging, right? Hugging, and I'm staying put. I'm staying put in this trade because this is not the high. Now, for those of you that got profit, and there was many of you that got profit, you did the right thing by getting out here, getting out on the low. This was the low here, this was the low, and then that was the low. You did the right thing if you got out there. If you've been following me and watching my end of the day trading recaps, you see the 20 right here was yellow, then it turned green right here, and that reversal, because this now is a bullish inverted hammer on, even though it's bearish, it's a bullish inverted hammer because of this exhaustion move right here. That's an exhaustion move, right? That's an exhaustion move from 502 all the way down to 482. That's a huge move, right? Stock's got to breathe. It's got to reverse. Something's got to happen. So if you got out there, you did great. If you got out here, you did great. You did great if you got out there too. I stayed in the trade because I have to look at this right here at 40.88. That's my resistance, right? Did it pop out? Yeah, it popped out, right? But then here's my second line of resistance right here, right? For the price level. Did it bounce on? All this I already did when I was trading live, but I'm doing an end of the day recap for you to show you I stay in the trade. I stay in the trade. I stay in the trade. Why? Resistance, resistance. So fail, 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 fail. Boom. Next leg down for NVDA. Right? Bam. I get out on the low 474. Done. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful move. Right? So for you, once you understand these price levels, let me get rid of that price level for you. Now, I got more than 25% on my trade. But if you want me to draw the channels for you, I draw the channels for you. And Thinkorswim is acting really weird today, so give me a second. Well, I don't need to draw that first channel because you know what that first channel is. But I'll draw the second channel here for you. Right off that candle. And I got to draw it right off of this candle right here. So let me show you where I draw the candle. So that channel right there, that channel. You always draw that channel from the top of the shoulder or the bottom of the boot. So this is the top of the shoulder. That's the bottom of the boot. Either on an uptrend, downtrend, doesn't matter. Top of the shoulder, bottom of the boot, or you can do bottom of the boot, top of the shoulder. Draw your channels. So that was my first channel right there. That was the main channel off of that movement right there. And then you see what the algorithms are doing. The algorithms are just inside that, just pounding NVIDIA. pounding it, right? Until it hits the low, right? If you look at that, that's a rectangle. If you look at that, that's a rectangle channel. And the slope was incredibly steep. Let's look at the slope. Give me a second here. Let me do this. I gotta turn this on for a quick second. So I'm looking at the slope here. Where's this channel? This channel is, let me move it from here. I'm just give me a quick second. I gotta do this properly so that you can see it. I don't want to edit it. Where is that channel? That channel is hold on. I know how I can do this. Usually it shows me. I don't know why it's not showing me today. Let's do this. That channel is 37 degrees. That's a steep channel. So you sit in the trade, or I sat in the trade, because what I always teach you, out on the low or out on the high. Out on the low, out on the high, right? And I was always mapping out my price levels. So every time I made a lower low, I would map out. There would be my stop. There would be my stop. There would be another level. I'm just watching the algorithms. And then I'm out on the low. And I'm looking at volume profile right here. I'm looking at what's happening. This is the low end of the volume profile. Right here, very little liquidity. All this overhead supply, all this overhead resistance, all this order flow is pushing down on the position. It's pushing down on NVIDIA. It's got to fight to get back up through all that order flow. It's not going to happen. And then look how steep the 200 is. So look from here, the 200. Look at how steep that 200 is. Sorry. From the 200 and the 20 is a wide state. Look at the volatility bands. Look how expansive this volatility band is. Right here, right here. Look at that expansion, right? That's volatility that just, expansion, it just expand, right? Expansion to the downside is just brutal. There's no way you'd been able to buy calls today. And I'll show you what happened to a ton of the marketplace that bought calls today. They got crushed. They got wiped out. They got margin called because they thought NVIDIA was going to go to 500, right? So you see it right here. You see the volatility expansion. You see the 200. It's just the 200 was just crushing today, just crushing NVIDIA. And then you see where NVIDIA is right now as I'm going through this live lesson with you. You know, this call hit a high of $3.55. Incredible from where you got it. So over here, this is what I made today. 12.5. I got more than 25%. I locked it off at 25.18% when I was looking at it. And I was just like, all right, I'm good. But I got way more. And I was like, probably like, I don't know, 30, 35, 40%. Can't even remember. It doesn't really matter. crushed it along with the rest of you guys and girls that took the trade today. So let's come over here. Let's come over here and we go to option statistics, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. Look at this. 1.3 million contracts on the call side. Almost 1 million contracts on the put side. People that bought calls here, this is a ton of retail. It's stupid. Retail traders, they just don't get it. They're AI hype. Because you can tell right here, you can tell who wanted to do what, right? 33%, they overpaid to get into the trade because they thought NVIDIA was going to go to the moon, right? They traded at the ask, right? 33% traded at the ask. And sometimes I feel for retail traders. 37% of them were expecting a gigantic move on NVIDIA on the call side. See? 0 to 20 delta. They thought the thing was going to just move. 37%. The put side, these guys are smart. These guys and girls are smart. Because it did make a gigantic move, right? Like, that's what you want to see in a situation like that. But 1.3 million contracts, that's just absolutely insane. And they all got crushed. That's the end result. I can guarantee you a lot of retail traders that are trading on margin, they got wiped out. They got margin called. They got wiped out. I can guarantee you people that were selling premium got wiped out. They got wiped out on margin. They're selling premium. They got wiped out. These are the lessons that you need to. These are the lessons that you need to follow. Look here in the 5 minute in the video right now. Look at where we are. Look at what NVIDIA just did. 480.23, 478.01, 475. These are levels. How do I know what to do with these levels? This is algorithms. I'm following what the algorithms are doing. Am I going to go back in here and take another trade on NVIDIA? No, I'm done for today. This is too volatile. I could make another move here, but I'd have to look at this. The 20 is curling over on the 2 minute. Now the 200 now. You see the 200 here, right here. You see the reversal. Let me shrink this down here. You see the 200 right here, all still yellow, right? But the 20 was pushing the stock up because the 20 is predominantly strong in this situation when it switches. And then now the 200 is strong. It's turned green right here. You can see it. It turned green right there, 200, and now it's moving up, pushing NVIDIA up. The 200 is predominantly, in a situation like this, the stronger moving average over the 20. And now it's starting to close the distance, right? Because this is expansion right here. This is expansion, right? Now it's time to compress. So the bands are compressing. You see it right here, compressing. Until it opened up again to the downside. Would I take a trade here now? I'd wait for confirmation right here. If I was to get back into this trade, I'd have to open this up. See how the algorithms touch that level there, 478.01. Right? If I was to get into this trade, where's my confirmation to get into this trade? My confirmation to get into this trade is right here on this candle right here. Right? 479.69. Or I'd get in 479.50. And then I would move this down. That'd be what, a buck movement? That'd be decent. That'd be a decent haul. On the 5 minute, it's opening up. Right? You see the volatility band there, and that band dropping down. You see the 20 right here, it's negative. You see the move, it's already ran to the downside 10 minutes. Well, actually 16 minutes right here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 minutes right there. That would have been a beautiful move. There was expansion, and then there was compression right there on the band. That's your entry point. When that band flattens out, this one rolls over, there's your entry point right there to start to look in and to get in on that. This is obviously another inverted hammer, but it's even though that inverted hammer right there is green and it's supposed to be bullish, it's actually a bearish setup. How do I know it's a bearish setup? Well, 3 candles. 1, 2, 3. There's your 3 candle setup right there. Right? This is an inside harami. That's bearish. Right? Look at that setup right there. And then that's how you get that movement. Right down there. So would I take this trade? This band is closing. That band is getting steeper. The 200 is starting to turn thicker, but the 20 is still green. It was yellow here, it's still green. But when this band flattens out like that, that's when you come in here and take that trade, because now this is flattening out. So would I take that trade? Yeah, I'd take that trade. And then there's your move, right? Let's see what happens. There's my 5-minute setup. So let's take a look at that. We'll keep that in. See, 115, now 138. Excuse me. I forget that I'm live and I'm talking to you guys. I'm all burping and stuff like that. Forgive me. But I'm just trying to show you something. 5-minute setup. Right here, wide, opens up to the downside. There's your expansion to the downside. Right, there's a 200 on the 5-minute setup. Right, there's the 20. The 20 is dominant on the 5-minute setup. Pushing down. There's your move. Where's my stop? My stop is right there. It's going to be super tight. 479.75. Right? NVIDIA is fighting like crazy. Right? There's your lower band opening up right there, up and down. NVIDIA is just fighting. This is coming down. This is turning. So this may be a failed trade. I would probably just, well, there's my stop, right? So I'd probably be out. And then you know what? I'm looking at this right here. This is why I'm out of the trade. Like, this has got to go to 477.76. That's 478.01. That's my next level. But I'm looking at the volatility band right here, 477.81. I would wait to see what this candle does, see where it closes, and that will determine whether or not I stay in this trade if I was to go into this trade when I'm talking to you guys right now. If this ends up to be like a spinning top, then I'm going to be I'm going to be okay with staying in this trade, because the path of least resistance is to the downside right now. So on a 5-minute, you see inside Harami right there, right? That's an inside Harami, that's bearish. You got your spinning top right there. Then you got this nice big candle right there. That's gonna close out on the 5-minute. That just closed out to the downside. Beautiful move, right? What's it supposed to touch? Right? 476.61 on a 5-minute candle. The volatility band. That's where it should reach. And you see right here how it's tapping right out. So right there, I would have been out at 478.18. I would have been out a long time ago. Right there, poof, done. Right? But that's a good move. That's a 4-minute move. Had I got in up here, even a 2-minute trade, what range was this? That was $1.18 range. That's a good couple $1,000 when I'm taking 50 contracts or 100 contracts. Right? From 117, let's even take it from here, 126 to 144. Excuse me. You know? Get 50 contracts out of the way. What's that? That's 10%. Yeah, see? 11%. 11 or 12%. Bam. Right? Let's do the math on that. What would I say it was here? I don't remember. 120. Let's go 124. $12,400 and 138. $1,400. Not bad. Not bad for sitting in that trade for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So that's it from Double P. I hope you enjoyed this trading session. Sorry, I got postnasal drip. It's like super bad. I got to get this dealt with because it's screwing up my voice. So that's it. I'm not trading tomorrow, which is Friday. I'll put that in the email for those of you guys that are watching this, and it'll be in the email as well. Take the weekend off, relax. We'll come back on Monday and we'll hit it hard. So hopefully you took the trade and all is well and you made a bunch of money today. I know a lot of traders sent in support tickets. My guys are showing me. Some people posting on social media. A lot of people, a lot of our members made money today. So don't follow the herd, follow your general. All right, that's it. Take care, everybody. I'll see you in the next trading session.